So hello and welcome back. My name is Glenn and my channel is called GoomRD. And in today's video we're looking at some banknotes and we'll be reviewing them and seeing how much they do cost. So if you have any of these in your collection and don't know the value, well, basically you're going to find out today. So these are from all over the world. And the first banknote we have is a Bolivian 10,000 peso Bolivianos. So this is part of the inflation period of Bolivia. This was replaced in 1987 with the Bolivianos, about 1,000,000 to 1 from memory. You can correct me if I'm wrong, which half the time I genuinely am. So this banknote you probably be paying about $5 in uncirculated condition because it's a hyperinflation banknote and it's not highest valued. Generally, the highest value becomes a lot scarcer. There's a lot of these that were printed to help with the demand for hyperinflated currency. And we have this guy on the front. Obviously, as a former president or a military general, one of those two. And we have the coat of arms, Bolivia. And this is dated 1984. So that's the decree. So it's probably issued in the 80s sometime. And here we have, I think that's the, well, yeah, legislative palace. So this is the parliament. So that's a nice banknote. Then we have a Cook Islands. So this is a banknote that's pretty much in demand because it's a $3 banknote. So Cook Islands have issued 3 different banknotes of $3. The current one is a polymer one based on this design. And this one's 1986, 87, something like that. And it's legal tender in the Cook Islands only. The Cook Islands also use the New Zealand dollar. So each of these Cook Island banknotes should be backed by the equivalent of New Zealand dollars. So this one should be backed by $3 of New Zealand. And we have the woman on top of a shark. So this is part of a, I can't remember her name, Noya or someone. Anyway, it's just a mythological story of Cook Islands. So in this condition, you're probably paying about $10. If you want an uncirculated one, you'll be paying probably at least up to $50. They're not too easy to get. And here we have a traditional catamaran or something like that. I'm not into boats. And another carving, probably a fertility figure. So when I do my video on this banknote, I'll have more information. I really haven't done any research. So next one we have is a Chinese banknote. So this is the central bank. So there's 2 of them, and one of them's got English on the back. So this is the Central Bank of China, 10 yuan. So this 10 yuan, 1936 is quite common. You'd be paying about $10 in this condition. But you can get them for $5, pretty much in worse condition. This one has Sun Yat-sen, the President of China. And this one has, okay, you read it from right to left. So with Chinese, you can read it from, so you write here to there. A lot of the times you can write from left to right, or you can even read it from the top to bottom. Okay, so this one has Republic of China. So it's 25. If you add 11, that's 36. So 1936. And that's a nice banknote. So the 500, so this one doesn't have any English. So it's a 500 yen. Yuan, should I say. This is a date of 34. So add 11, that's 1945. So this one's a bit scarcer, so you'll be paying at least $20 to $30 for one in this condition. And once again, it has Sun Yat-sen. This was issued only 4 years before the end of nationalist rule in China, 1949, when the communists took over. That one is actually going to collection, but don't have that. Okay, the next one we have is a 1970s banknote from Jordan, King Hussein on the front. Obviously, it's in Arabic. Does it have a date? No, I don't see a date. The watermark is also King Hussein. And if we turn it over, Suresh, so the Roman ruins, and the central banker, Jordan, Athena. So Jordan actually issued their own currency in 1949. Before that, in 1927 to 49, they used the Palestine pound, and before that, they used the Egyptian pound. But before that, so before 1918, it was part of the Ottoman Empire, and they used the Ottoman lira. This one's quite nice. This one you'd be paying at least $10 to $20 in this condition. Uncirculated. It's quite a nice banknote. Jordan banknotes are generally a bit expensive. Okay, the next one we have, got two. So these are one of my interesting countries, Equatorial Guinea. So in Portuguese, Guinea Equatorial. And this is the currency issued in 1975, the Equale. And they issue coins in 1, 5, and 10 Equale. And the banknotes 25, 50, 100, 500, 1000. So the lowest and the mid banknote. And there's two versions of the banknotes. This one is a short name of his, so this is the first series. And then there is the longer name of this guy. And this guy was overthrown and killed in 1979. Ngume Diogo. He was actually overthrown by a family member, which is pretty much not unusual. And that's nice. So these ones you could get them nice and circulated probably about 10 years ago for about $5 to $10. Now, I got these two for $5 each, but it's even hard to get in this condition banknotes for $5 each. And here we have, that's a bridge. And looks like Diogo. So it's named after the actual president. Not surprised. The current president's also fleecing the country of money. And the 100 Equale, 175. The watermark is also that guy there, Nume. And on the back, Porto. So it's named after the president. Don't know. They definitely changed the name now. And these were printed by Thomas de la Rue. So that's actually quite a nice banknote. But realistically, you'll be paying probably at least $10 to $20 for one of these banknotes in this condition. They're a bit hard to get for $5. Then we have, pick it up, a Dutch banknote. So this is from 1943. So the interesting thing about these banknotes is that they have all different dates. So every day they print these, they change the date and updated it to that day. So this is 2AU. This one just has a pattern on it. Nothing really interesting. And here we have, is that Rembrandt? Probably. Or it's a painting by Rembrandt. So this is a 10 gulden. So this was issued to replace the ones with the Queen on it. Queen Wilhelmina, I think it is. Can't remember. Too much things to remember. So, but the thing is that these were demonetized after the Second World War to stop people from profiteering from the war. There's a lot of sympathizers to the Germans, or people who dealt with the Germans, made a lot of money. So they decided to issue new currency as soon as possible, the 8th of May 1945. And these were demonetized. So you had to prove where you got the actual banknote from. If you couldn't, well, you pretty much just lost the value. And that's how that made the currency quite stable, because in 2002, when they issued the gulden. It's only like 1.3 gulden to $1 Australian, so it's quite. It was quite stable and held its value compared to any of the other currencies in Europe. Even the Danish, Norwegian banknotes and coins lost more value than the gulden. That's quite nice. I quite like banknotes from the Netherlands. Trying to get serious. Most of them are a bit expensive. Another country I'd like to get is Austria. So here we have a 10 shilling. We've got 10 gulden, 10 shilling. This one has a castle. I don't know what castle that is, but it's quite nice. And this is dated 1946. And the same thing with Austria, although they issued their banknotes almost pretty much after the Second World War to replace the Reichsmark, so to get rid of the German currency and reissue their own banknotes. But their banknote design in 1945 was the same as the banknote design issued in the 1930s, but just different colours, because the values were different compared to the ones issued before the Second World War. So this one has an allegorical feature of a woman, 1946, 10 shilling, Österreichische National Bank. That means Eastern Empire. That's quite a nice banknote. Quite like that. I don't really want to sell it, but some things just gotta go. And the last, how much? Sorry, how much would these cost? Didn't put values on. These ones are probably at least. This one's a bit damaged, so probably at least $20. Generally, like $30 to $40 for those ones. These ones are a bit harder to get than the Dutch one. So you probably talk about 20 to 30 for this, just in this condition. One uncirculated, you're going to be paying hundreds of dollars. Okay, the last one we have is a 100 dinar from Serbia. This is 1943. So this is actually the last banknote that Serbia issued. It replaced the overprinted banknote that they issued in 1941. And it has the guy there. Yep, I'm just going to say that guy. Then we have a watermark. Looks like a Roman feature. And see, I'm showing my ignorance here. I just don't know a lot about banknotes and coins. I don't know everything. No one does. Okay, here we have a farm scene of 2 cows. So this one probably at least $10. Serbian banknotes, some of them are cheap, like the 50 dinars. Some of them are really expensive, like the 500. So depends on the condition. This one's not in a great condition, but a bit harder to get in a good grade for a price that I want to pay. Anyway, I hope this helps you with your banknotes and their values. As you can see, got quite a few, but this is why when you're collecting banknotes and coins, you need to put a limit on what you're going to buy. You can't buy everything, so you just buy certain things. Anyway, let me know which banknote is your favorite. Have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time. Thank you very much, and goodbye.